having complete freedom with food and living a binge-free life where you are so in control. Food feels easy. You have a peaceful relationship with food. That is what actually allows you to have freedom of choice. And I want to talk about this. Freedom of choice with food is not freedom to eat whatever you want because you can. Freedom is about the ability to really decide and really choose what you actually want. You step into the driver's seat of not only your food choices, but your life in general. You are the one making decisions of what you want to eat, not your binge brain, not your urges, not your restrict brain saying you got to eat super well today. You get to decide, do I want to go out for dinner or do I not? Do I want dessert or do I not? Do I actually feel like having some chocolate after dinner or do I not feel like it? You get to decide versus having your urges decide for you and you not having a choice. When your urges decide for you, you don't have a choice but to give in and finish the rest of the chocolate in the bag. When your urges decide for you, you don't have a choice but to finish the last 3 slices of pizza on your plate, even though you're full. It feels like, but I just have to finish it. When you have complete freedom with food, you don't have to try to say no to dessert. You just say no and you move on. Or if you do want the dessert, you eat it and you still move on, knowing that you were the one that decided that. Not your urges, not your restrict brain saying you better eat well today, so just skip the dessert. No one else is telling you but you, your true self, your higher self is making this decision, and that's a really incredible and powerful thing. You, your true self, your higher self, your true brain. Not the sabotage, not the part of you that doesn't even feel like your true self, but you actually making an empowering decision for yourself. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. And that's when it feels so good because you know it is you deciding. Not out of shame or guilt or restriction. It's like this is what I actually want. This is what my intuition is telling me. This is actually what I want to eat, and this is what I don't want to eat. When you have complete freedom with food, you don't have to try to leave food on your plate. It effortlessly happens. Maybe not every single time, but you are so in tune with your body that you're like, I'm good. And you just leave food on your plate. You're not trying to, okay, I have to just try to leave food on my plate today. Because what is that? That's overthinking. That's you still having the food noise in your mind. Complete freedom is you're not even thinking about, am I going to leave food on my plate? You just do it effortlessly because you're full. When you have complete freedom with food, you can actually say no to foods that you don't want or that don't make you feel well, and you don't feel deprived. You can say no to going out for dinner because maybe you just genuinely don't want to, because you maybe want to just stay at home and have a home-cooked meal. You can say no to ice cream even though your family is going, and if you genuinely don't want it, you can say no without it being like this big thing. You can say no to even if your husband's like so excited to go to the ice cream store and get some ice cream. If you don't feel like it, you can say no. You're like, I don't feel like it right now, but you're not trying to say no. You genuinely don't want it. You have the complete freedom to literally decide whatever you want on the menu. You go to the restaurant, you look at the menu, you scan it, and you decide based off of what you actually want, not based on what you ate earlier that day or what you're going to eat tomorrow or what's happening this week. You just say, this is what sounds good. And within 5 minutes, when the waiter comes around, you order what you want and that's it. And as you're waiting for your food, you're not second guessing, did I make the right decision? Maybe I should have ordered this instead. Oh, wait, am I going to regret this? Am I going to feel crappy after? Am I going to be bloated? Those 20 to 30 minutes that you have after you've ordered and you have to wait the 20 to 30 minutes before your food comes out, that's when you can actually be so present with your husband. Let's catch up, let's dream, let's talk, let's laugh, let's make memories, whatever it is. Again, freedom of choice. You get to decide how you want to spend the next 20 to 30 minutes before your food comes out without food thoughts running the show. And back in 2018, I want to share a little story with you. So back in 2018, Andrew and I went to this spa for his birthday. We like to do experiences for birthdays. We're not a big gift person. I'm like, don't buy me anything. Let's go and actually have an experience. So this was December of 2018, and I took him to this beautiful spa for his birthday. And it was the very last day. So we just spent a few days, I think it was 2 days, and we did the hot tub, swimming, sauna, relaxing. You're just, the vibe of a nice spa. You're just in the zone. You're all zened up. And it was incredible. But it was the very last day. And this place is about 3 hours from where we actually live. So we knew it was a weird time. I think it was 11 o'clock. So we knew that we need to have lunch because if not, 11, 12, 1, by the time we would get home, it'd be a little bit later. So we knew we needed to have lunch. And I looked at the menu and I felt so overwhelmed. I saw they had salads and I saw they had wraps. And I love wraps. But in 2018, my mind was oh no. And not even don't have the wrap because of the carbs. It was more oh my God, bread, is that inflammatory? Oh my gosh, the gluten, I'm going to be so bloated. I really want that. But my restrict brain is well, just have the salad. My body was but I want the wrap. And my mind was but you should probably just have the salad. And there was so much back and forth noise in my mind. And I actually asked Andrew, I'm what should I get? And he's well, what do you I don't know, what do you feel like? What do you want? But when you don't have freedom, you look to other people. What are you getting? What do you think I should get because you don't trust yourself? And it's not that you can't trust yourself. You absolutely can. But what happens is when you don't listen to your true self and you're trying to listen to your restrict brain, or you feel compelled to listen to your binge brain because you don't have a choice, it's really hard to trust yourself because you're not even listening to your true self. So in that moment, my true self was saying, I want the wrap. But I was trying to ignore my true self, and I was trying to listen to this restrict brain that was don't have that. Long story short, I ended up getting the wrap. So I ordered the wrap. The lady came around, she's hey, what do you want? What do you want? And then she left. I kid you not. The moment she took our orders and the moment she left, I started doubting myself. Did I make the right decision? Oh my God, maybe I should have actually got the salad. Is this bread gonna bloat me? Am I gonna regret this? That is not freedom. When you have so much noise in your head, that is not freedom. You can't be with your husband. You can't have a conversation. I was physically there with my husband, and this poor man was trying to talk to me. I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm playing all these different scenarios in my head of okay, maybe I can actually quickly go to the waiter and switch my order. Maybe I should just say I changed my mind. And this food noise became so loud. Andrew was talking to me and I wasn't hearing anything that he was saying because I was literally just thinking in my head, what should I do? Should I go? Should I say that I'm changing my mind? And I said out loud to Andrew and I was should I ask the lady to change my order? Should I have gotten the salad instead? And he's looking at me you ordered 5 minutes ago. He's you already ordered. It's fine. And he didn't say anything mean or crazy, but he was you ordered, you're going to be okay. Freedom with food, freedom of choice is not oh my God, what do you think I should be eating? What's the right thing? What's the right decision? Going back and forth. Should I go change my order? It's I decided and I'm confident in that decision, and it's just another meal. When you place so much emphasis on this one meal, you feel like it needs to be perfect. And that's why there's so much food noise in your head, because you're placing so much emphasis on this one meal. This one meal needs to be so perfect. I better not mess up. I have to really think hard and long about this decision because I don't want to mess up. Anyways, the wrap ended up coming, and it was good, but there was obviously a lot of guilt. Why I'm sharing this with you is because that is when I did not have freedom of choice. That was in 2018. I ended up surprising Andrew back in December of 2023 for her birthday. Again, we went to the exact same place. A few years later, the exact same place for his birthday, and it was a completely different experience. Because in 2019, so the year after the first time we went there was 2018. In 2019, that was when I put in the work, I healed my relationship with food, and I shifted the way I was thinking about food. I rewired my brain. I've got rid of these strong urges. I released food guilt. I felt way more in control. So in 2023, when we went back to that exact same location, I felt like a different person. I had freedom at the end of 2023. There was no back and forth in my mind. It was like, I can have anything on this menu. What do I feel like? What's going to make me feel good? What's going to be satisfying? What's going to be nourishing? I get to decide. Not what is my restrict brain telling me I should be eating. My binge brain wasn't even there anymore. My binge brain was non-existent because I don't have any urges anymore. There's no more pull that's saying, you have to eat this. You must eat this. There's no pull. It's like, what do I, Lorna, actually feel like right now? That is when you actually have complete freedom of choice. You're not pushed by your restrict brain. You're not being pulled by your binge brain. It's in the moment. What do I actually want in this moment? And you're not going back and forth in your mind. You just decide. And when you decide, guess what? You have the freedom to then go and have a conversation with your husband or whoever you're spending time with. Yes, I want dessert. No, I don't. There's no more, should I have gotten it? I don't know. You just decide. That is actually complete freedom. No one's pushing you to order anything. What do I actually want? This is actually complete freedom of choice. I can go to the restaurant and I can order the burger and the fries and the pizza. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? That pizza sounds really good. Freedom of choice. No overthinking. This is what I want, and I decide. And there's other times I go to a restaurant and I'm like, that is going to make me feel like absolute shit. So no, I am not going to order the pizza. I am going to get a steak dinner with some vegetables and some rice on the side. Freedom. Freedom of choice. Freedom is not freedom. Have the dessert and then have the burger and then have the fries. And also, F it. Just order whatever you want. That's not freedom. That's not my version of freedom. My version of freedom is I have freedom of choice. If I want the pizza, if I don't want the pizza. If I want a salad, if I don't want the salad. There's no, I have to order this or you should be ordering this. It's like I have complete freedom to decide, yes, I want this or no, I don't. Another example, I used to previously every single night have something to eat. Every single night. Mindlessly snacking almost every single night. But I did not feel like it was me. I didn't feel like I had a choice. I would come home from work, so I would drive home. I'd be driving home. Sometimes I don't even know how I got home. I'm like driving home and I was already thinking about all the snacks that I was going to have. And I would rush home, throw my bags on the floor, take off my jacket, run to the kitchen, and just start mindlessly snacking. I was not hungry. I wasn't craving anything specific. I just didn't feel like I had a choice. My urges were taking over. And that is why it's so frustrating when, if you've ever said to yourself, you're like, why am I eating this? I don't want this. How many times have you eaten something and maybe you're in the middle of it and you're like, this actually isn't even that good. Why did I just eat all of that? Why did I just have 3 protein bars? Why did I have all that chocolate? I didn't even want it. It didn't even taste that good. And you're like, what? I don't understand. It is because there's outside forces that are actually making decisions with food for you, aka your urges. Your true self knows, I don't want those foods. And your urges and your binge brain is like, well, you don't got no choice. You feel this compulsion, and then you just go and all of a sudden you're mindlessly snacking. Now that I have complete freedom of choice, there are some nights I will have a snack before bed. And there's some nights I don't. But it's not like I'm trying, on the nights that I don't have a snack, it's not like I'm trying to not have a snack. Come on, Lorna, do good. I'm not trying to. I'm just like, I don't feel like it, so I just don't have a snack. And then there's some nights where I'm like, yes, I want a snack. But it's me, Lorna, deciding, yes, I want a snack. I don't feel this compulsion where something is pushing me to just go and numb out and self-soothe with food. It's like I am in complete control. And you know what actually sounds really good right now? As I'm watching The Bachelor with my amazing husband, I'm going to have this snack. Freedom of choice. Nothing's pushing you to go have a snack when you don't want it. It's like, I actually do want this. When you have complete control, you get to decide, do I want a snack? Do I want? And when you have the snack, you will eat it. No guilt, no shame, pure confidence. You enjoy it and you move on with your day because you know that that was actually you deciding. And then the nights where you don't have a snack, you're like, no, I'm actually still full from dinner. Don't feel like anything right now. And then you just go to bed and you feel great without feeling deprived, without this compulsion. You have complete certainty. It's the most no-brainer thing because you're just like, I don't feel like it. That's your true self. You're like, I don't feel like it. Just like if somebody were to ask you, hey, you want to go to a movie tonight? And let's say you don't like that movie at all. You just easily say no. You're not like, let me think on it. Should I go? I don't know. Should I not go? You're like, I don't like the movie. No, thank you. It's the most no-brainer thing. It's the same thing with food. It should actually be that easy. Do you want a snack? Or no? There shouldn't be this back or forth. But when you're navigating the restrict brain and you're also navigating the binge brain, sometimes you don't have a choice. And that is where the guilt and shame sets in. Because if you listen to your binge brain, there's so much shame of like, oh, why did I do that? It didn't even feel like me. And then when you're listening to your restrict brain, you have all this food noise because you're like, I don't even want this. I really want this, but I should probably eat this. So freedom of choice comes with way less food thoughts, way more presence. There's no outside force telling you, you have to eat this, you should eat this. It's the greatest feeling in the world to be like, this is what I actually want, and you make a decision, and that's when you're so confident because you're like, this is actually me saying this. Yeah, you know what? Like last night, I made myself this little like kind of charcuterie board type of thing, and it was like, okay, what do I feel like? Okay, grapes, cashews, dates, and nut butter. Perfect. It wasn't like my restrict brain was like, oh, well, don't add chocolate. I did not feel like chocolate. It wasn't like my binge brain was like, oh, have all the dates in the world. No, I had a few and just that's it. So this will happen for you. Freedom with food is not eat whatever the heck you want. Freedom is I get to decide. I am in the driver's seat. I get to choose. And it's the most exciting, liberating, empowering feeling in the freaking world. This will happen for you when you sustainably conquer binge eating. I have felt in control with food for the past 5 years. And I know exactly how to help you get to this place where you have complete freedom of choice so that you can be in the driver's seat of not just your food choices, but in your life. So on Tuesday, February the 4th, I am running a masterclass. 5 years binge-free, how I did it and how you can do it too. I'm going to walk you through how to make this happen for you, the exact mindset shifts, the exact strategy that you need to put in place so that you are in the control, not your urges, not your restrict brain, not your binge brain, but you. You are confident in your decisions. It doesn't matter what your husband's eating. It doesn't matter if your children are pulling out a snack. You have complete control to say, yeah, you know what? I actually do feel like a snack, or no, I don't want a snack. You have the freedom to go to a restaurant and within 5 minutes, look at something that sounds good and you're like, this is what I want. You decide, you order it, and then the next 15 to 20 minutes that you have before your food comes out, you can be present with your husband. Have the most amazing conversations, talk about your dream life, laugh, talk about the exciting things happening in your life. Not be secretly in your head, be thinking, oh my God, did I make the right decision or not? Complete freedom of choice gives you the ability to be present, the ability to free up space in your brain, and it also gives you the ability to walk around with so much confidence, knowing that you actually are the one making decisions. You might be lacking confidence right now, whether it's at work, in your own skin, when you're going to the gym, whatever it is, you're maybe lacking confidence because when you feel like you're not the one making decisions with food, it's really hard to feel confident. If you just mindlessly snacked and it didn't feel like your true self, you're like, I didn't even want that. Oh my gosh, like why did I do that? It didn't even feel like me. It's hard to wake up the next day, walk into work and present yourself because it's like, this doesn't even feel like my body. This doesn't feel like the real me. I don't know what happened last night. It's like that wasn't me mindlessly snacking. And it's hard to feel confident when it's like this body doesn't even feel like me. My choices don't even feel like me. I want to help you get back into the driver's seat where you can actually get back to confidently making decisions. Somebody who's in complete control with food so that you can actually walk into work with complete confidence. You can go to the restaurant, order what it is that you want without fear of, is this the right decision? You know what's best for your body. And one of the greatest things about having complete freedom with food is you actually get to see what's a priority for you and what you value most. I've learned that what's always been a priority for me is home-cooked meals. I have the freedom. I literally can go out for dinner whenever I want. But for me, I've learned because I truly have freedom of choice, I prefer home-cooked meals. I prefer certain snacks at my house. You become in the driver's seat. But not just with food, in your life. What do I feel like doing today? And your decision is not based off of what you ate or what you look like. It's based off of what do I feel like doing. It's not like, oh my God, I ate so much. Well, I guess I'm going to have to cancel the yoga class. You just go to the yoga class. You know, you become so much more consistent with even habits and routines because for me, I don't say, oh, I ate too much. I'm not going to a yoga class tonight. I just go to the yoga class. You are going to be able to say, okay, what do I actually feel like doing today? and then you go and do it without having your body hold you back. Oh, I don't want to hang out with these friends because they haven't seen me in a while and my body has changed. That's not freedom of choice. That is you having to not, that is you listening to your other parts of your brain. Your true self is like, I want to hang out with these people. But then insecurity and doubt come in, but then you're like, my body, I don't look the best. And then you don't actually listen to your true self. When Andrew and I traveled to Japan and Costa Rica this year, I had complete freedom of choice. On the airplane, first of all, I hate airplane food. I'm like, it's just fake food. I don't like airplane food. But anyways, on the way there, I chose to not eat the airplane food because it did not look good to me. On the way back, I was like, okay, in this moment, I am hungry right now. It's a very smart decision to have something. So I just decided, yes, I'm going to have it. But either way, I decided. There was no pull of like, you need to eat this, F it, you're on vacation, just say screw it. There was no outside force telling me F it. And then there was also not another part of me that was like, oh, well, Lorna, don't eat that, and that's not healthy, and oh my God, this obsessive restrictive mindset. It's just, I'm in the driver's seat. Do I want this or not? It's so like matter of fact. Lorna, do you want this? Do you don't? On the way there, I was like, no, actually, I don't. Perfect. On the way back, I was like, you know what? I'm going to have something. I have been in control with food for the last 5 years without reverting back to old habits, without my restriction brain popping up, without urges to binge pop back up. And I want to help you sustainably conquer binge eating so that you can have complete freedom of choice as well too. And actually maintain this for a really long time. And no, I'm not talking about a month. No, I'm not even talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 months. I have felt in control with food over the past 5 years. And if you are somebody who's maybe felt in control for a month or 2, but then something happened and then all of a sudden you started binging again, you started thinking about food again, and you want to actually have complete freedom of choice, literally for the rest of your life, I can help you get there. I've done it myself for 5 years with no urges, no crazy food thoughts slipping back, no mindless snacking popping back up. And I want to help you get there. So I will be teaching you that inside of the upcoming masterclass on how to actually sustain feeling in control with food without listening to your restrict brain or your binge brain. The mindset and the strategy piece, because let's be honest, your mind's going to play tricks on you. Your mind is going to say, I don't know if this is going to last. Can I actually be free with food? Are the food thoughts going to come back? I'm so afraid I'm going to slip back to old habits. And you won't when you actually implement what I'm teaching inside of this upcoming masterclass. So there will be a mindset shift that will blow your mind to make it actually so much easier to see, oh, that's why I have not been able to sustain binge-free months and years yet. And the exact mindset shifts you need to make, and then the exact strategy of what to do to prevent urges, food thoughts, and mindless snacking from coming back. So I am teaching you how to sustain a binge-free life. Yes, I will talk about how to conquer binge eating, but also how to sustain this, because again, you don't want to just stop binge eating for like a month. Like that's fantastic, but you want to be able to confidently say, I can go to a restaurant, I can have a stressful week at work, I can get triggered, I can go on vacation, and I will confidently know that I will never binge again. And I want to help you get to this place as well too. So you can join. It's $11. I will leave the link down below for you to join. It is happening this week on Tuesday, so be sure to join. This is going to be a very exclusive masterclass where you're getting behind the scenes things, where there's a lot of things that I haven't actually shared on social media, but I'm going to be sharing inside of this masterclass. So be sure you join. It's $11. It is going to be the most incredible training, and I cannot wait to share this with you, because it's one thing to stop binge eating, but you need a new set of tools and mindset to actually learn how to sustain this and not have any old habits resurface. No relapsing. That is actually freedom. So I will see you inside of that training, inside that masterclass. Click the link down below. Be sure to register. It's $11 and you will be able to get access to this masterclass training on how I sustained a binge-free life for 5 years and what the exact steps that you can take right now to set yourself up to not just conquer binge eating, but to do things sustainably so that you can sustain them for months and years to come. So I'm so excited. I will see you inside that masterclass. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye guys.